According to Statista, in the last quarter of 2023 in South Africa, 10% of the unemployed people are actually graduates. Now, this is a very harrowing statistic, especially looking at the fact that a lot of people look to further their studies as a way of escaping poverty and hopefully getting into employment. But we see that with the current economy, it's not working out that way. This can lead to a whole lot of problems, especially related to anxiety. So in this video, we will be talking about how you can deal with post-graduation anxiety and some of the tips and tricks you can employ in order to stand a better chance of getting employed, but also to survive the period of unemployment, especially if you do have anxiety around this. Stay tuned. And welcome to I Know You Know, your one-stop knowledge-sharing platform for all things careers, life after high school, as well as opportunities that are available to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you can see when we have our next video up. As mentioned in the intro, we will be discussing ways that you can survive post-graduation anxiety. Now, without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, number one, acknowledge your feelings. Now, graduating is a very, very big step, especially because you've been in a 16-year plus phase of your life, which had a specific routine and was pretty much cut out for you in terms of what the structure of it was, from primary school to high school and even to university. Now, completing your university studies is a big milestone, but it is also the first milestone that you complete where you now venture into a world where there is no structure and there is no one way of doing life beyond this. This can actually cause a lot of anxiety in and of itself. So it is very important for you to actually admit if this is a source of anxiety for you and acknowledge your feelings. It is okay to feel confused about what the next step should look like. And it's also okay for you to feel a little bit anxious about what is to come. Acknowledge your feelings. Number two, set realistic goals. Now, given that you are now venturing into a space where the world is literally your oyster, it can be very overwhelming when it comes to actually charting out your path forward. By acknowledging that there's certain things you cannot control, such as the job market, but there are certain things you can control, such as how you put yourself out there in order to break into the job market. For example, applying for jobs, applying for further studies, sending your CVs and so forth. So set up some tasks that you can do or goals that you have for the long term, and then break it down into small manageable tasks that you can do, such as send out my CV to a specific industry, or do research about a specific industry that I want to get into, or contact someone that I know who is in the industry and ask them about opportunities they know. There's definitely a way you can frame how you perceive your next step. One way would be to just be overwhelmed about the fact that how am I going to get in, how am I going to succeed. Another way is to say, okay, so I do want to get into this specific industry. What are the small day-to-day tasks that I can do to make my chances of getting into this space a bit higher? Number three, put yourself out there. By engaging and volunteering in spaces such as your church, your former high school, some community projects, NGOs, charity organizations, or whatever else is going on in your community, can actually end up giving you the necessary boost that you need, first of all, and inspiration, but also you can end up getting a lot of experience while giving back to your community. Now, this particular step is beneficial in two ways. The first way is that you end up gaining skills that you can put onto your CV. Remember, if you are managing finances, even if it's for your church, you're still managing finances, and that's something that you can put on your CV. So you do gain valuable skills that you can put on your CV. But secondly, while you're doing this work, wherever it is, you can actually end up connecting with people that could put you up and link you with some very much needed opportunities. So this will always be a better way than just being at home closed up all the time, especially because a lot of these communities that I've explained, or these community spaces that I've listed, are always looking for extra hands to support. You can coach a sport in your former high school, or tutor a subject that you're good at. You know, there's always room for you to volunteer in these spaces. So just look out for some of these spaces in your local community and give up your skills and lend a helping hand. Who knows, your next opportunity might actually come from these spaces. Number 4, develop a routine. Now, one of the biggest changes, as mentioned earlier, of leaving school or graduating is the sudden lack of routine. Now, this can actually end up making or feeling like every day looks the same. So you need to structure a routine and set up a daily routine whereby you balance job searching with self-care as well as leisurely activities. This can ensure that you do keep some sort of busyness and some sort of routine in your day, and it will also help you avoid focusing on negative things that could end up inducing even more anxiety. So number 4 is to create a routine. Number 5, seek support. Do not hesitate to seek support from your family, friends, mentors, community leaders, and different people that are in your space. This is not a problem that is unique to you, and a lot of people, even in your community, might have also went through this. So reach out to people. Who knows, they might actually give you a fresh perspective on the issue and might even link you to some of the things you might have not been thinking about that could end up becoming opportunities that you can leverage and take advantage of. So if you are going through this, please do reach out to your community and the people that are in your circle. Another thing you can do is also seek online communities of people that are going through the same thing as you. This could assist you and help you not feel so alone, but also get some tips and tricks on how they are trying to overcome and survive this period. Number 6, focus on self-care. Taking care of your mental, emotional and physical health is very crucial during this time where you are searching for a job. Now, a lot of people like to think that, oh, I'll join the gym or I'll exercise when I have a job, or I'll jog when I knock off, or whatever the case might be. But even as a person who is job searching, you should include things like physical care, self-care in its various forms in your routine, whatever that looks like for you. This can also include doing things like leisurely activities, sports or exercise, and things that really speak to you, such as your hobbies as well. Another thing you can do as part of relaxing is listening to podcasts of people in your space or in your desired industry and hear about their journeys. And this can be a relaxed way to actually learn more about other people's journeys and perhaps gain a fresh perspective into how you can navigate the same industry. Stay positive and open-minded. Now, while this can seem like a very, very tough time, it is also a space where you can look at the brighter side. You now have a little bit more time to get to know yourself, do a little bit of self-discovery. Now, a lot of people, since they actually started grade 1, have never had any free time to really consider what it is that they want to do. So you can utilize this time for self-discovery and to really figure out what do you like, what you do not like, and so forth. And in addition to this, and this speaks to the open-mindedness, some opportunities may arise within the time when you are looking for a job that may not necessarily look like what you thought your first job would look like. Grab them with both hands and stay open-minded about them. They might link you to the next big thing, or they might actually even work out much better than a career in the space that you had envisioned would work out. So stay positive-minded, but also open-minded. Number 8, keep learning and growing. During this time, you should continue to invest in your personal as well as your professional development. This looks like continuing to read books in your industry, read articles in your industry, study further and do online courses such as Coursera. YouTube as well has become a good source of like some interesting knowledge within different fields. So you can also watch some YouTube channel, as well as subscribing to channels such as I Know You Know, wink wink, where you can actually get a lot of support, a lot of guidance, and a lot of tips and tricks on how to navigate this post-graduation journey. This can end up keeping you motivated, but also keep you abreast on what is happening in your specific industry. So keep investing in your development, both professionally and personally. Number 9, last but not least, be patient with yourself. Transitioning from being a student or from schooling life into looking for a job and becoming a professional is a long journey that can take a lot of time, and it is also an uncertain journey. So therefore you will need to exercise patience. What does this look like? This looks like not expecting yourself to know everything and achieve everything all in one day. This also looks like celebrating your small wins. If you land an interview, you need to celebrate that. If you complete a course, you need to celebrate that. If you make progress in your job search, you need to celebrate that, because remember, each type of progress is a success in and of itself. So you need to be celebrating those kinds of milestones. Realize that growth and clarity will come with time, and your patience and self-compassion are key to navigating this transition effectively. If you stayed around until this point, please give this a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching this video. We hope and wish you all the best in your journey of career search. Realize that you are not alone. If you are having trouble and anxiety around career searches, feel free to share some of your anxieties in the chat box. There might be people that are going through the same thing as you, and you might end up finding an online community to go through this with. All the very best in your job search, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.